So if you ever wonder why so many photographers choose to shoot with the 35mm lens, stick around. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys why I and many others love this versatile focal length. Whether it's on a crop sensor or a full frame camera or any other camera type, there's a good chance that I will have a 35mm lens or its equivalent in my kit. So why don't we just go ahead and let's get into what makes this focal length a favorite for so many. There's so many reasons why the 35mm focal length is loved by so many photographers across various genres out there. First up, it's its versatility. The 35mm lens offers a field of view that closely resembles the human eye, making it incredibly versatile for a wide range of photography styles. This includes street photographies, documentaries, landscapes, and everyday lifestyle shots. For most general shooters out there, having this one lens in your kit would be enough to get what you need across various genres of photography. For all you portrait photographers out there, let me tell you why the 35mm focal length really shines, in my opinion. It's just perfect for creating environmental portraits. It's wide enough to let you capture the background, not just the subject, but the whole scene, adding layers to the story with your surroundings. Now, this lens lets you play around with everything in your environment. The lighting, the textures in the background, you name it. It's a bit of a creative challenge for sure, but let me tell you something, man. The satisfaction of nailing that shot, it's totally worth it when you can figure it out on the 35mm lens. Another reason is for its bokeh and subject isolation. Even though it's not as telephoto as the longer lenses, a 35mm lens with a wide aperture can still nail subject isolation and deliver that smooth, creamy bokeh that we all love. This makes it a standout choice for portraits where you want the background to just melt away. Personally, I always lean towards grabbing a 35mm and having it in my kit whenever I'm out shooting portraits. My favorite full-frame 35mm lens is the Sony 35mm f1.4 G Master, and that lens was a freaking beast at just like pulling subjects right out of the scene. That 3D pop on that lens was just so freaking amazing, and it just does it so well. Like, because I was so used to shooting with, you know, like crop sensor body and their 35mm equivalent, that there wasn't that much subject isolation and that pop that I was looking for. But that all changed when I shot on full frame, and I really get to see what an f1.4 on a full frame lens could do. While the full frame definitely brings out more of that 3D pop, just don't underestimate an equivalent lens like the Fujifilm XF 23mm f1.4. It brings its own kind of magic and subject isolation and bokeh. It's not as much as the full frame, but it's enough. Another reason why people like this lens so much is because of its minimal distortion. Compared to the wider lenses, 35mm lens keep things looking crisp and clean with far less distortion. This is a big plus for like architecture, photography, and street photography, where keeping those lines straight really does matter. And for portrait shooters like me, it's a huge advantage because you won't see that kind of facial distortion that wider lenses might introduce. This makes the 35mm ideal for capturing natural, flattering portraits without any weird angles. Another reason why people really like this lens so much is it's because it's compact and lightweight. One of the big draws of a 35mm focal length is how many of these lenses are designed to be both compact and lightweight. This makes them ideal for travel and long handheld shooting sessions, striking a perfect balance between usability and high image quality. Just take a look at something like the Fujifilm X100V, which I brought along on my travels this past summer. That focal length was all I needed. I was snapping away, capturing the beauty. I was capturing the beauty of Greece and London, and it just made for a really, really fun time. It was an excellent travel companion, or even just pairing the 23mm f2 lens with any Fujifilm camera gives you a light, compact setup that's a joy to carry around. You'll appreciate not having to lug around a heavy kit. Even on a full frame system, I find they're not as heavy as other prime lenses like, a 50mm f1.4 or an 85mm f1.4. Last but definitely not least, lenses with a 35mm focal length often features wide apertures like f1.4 or f2.0, which is fantastic for letting in more light to reach the sensor. This is great for low light conditions because it allows photographers to use faster shutter speeds to eliminate blur from hand movement or even moving subjects. It's especially useful for nighttime street photography. I frequently use this focal length during my night shoots, and having an f1.4 aperture really helps in gathering light, and it also enables me to capture some truly captivating photos after dark. The 35mm lens is often hailed as a street photographer's dream due to its unobtrusive nature. It allows you to capture life as it unfolds without needing to be too close or too far from your subject. However, it's also incredibly versatile because it appeals to so many photographers across various genres. And this is why this lens is so highly regarded. Ask any photographer and there's a good chance they'll list a 35mm as one of their favorites. But yeah, I just really love the 23mm or 35mm full frame equivalent. I just really love this focal length because it's just been such a creative tool for me. It's been so rewarding shooting portraits and grabbing the type of portraits that I got. I surprise myself sometimes with the portraits I got with a 35mm equivalent lens, and I've just been so proud of the shots that I took. I really think that there's something special about this focal length. It's one of my favorite focal lengths that I use for my portrait photography, for other stuff that I do. I hope you enjoyed today's video and found the reasons why many, including myself, love this focal length. It's so compelling. If you like this video, drop a comment, give a thumbs up, and consider subscribing for more photography content like this. And thanks so much.